Hello everyone, I'm Charles. Welcome to Graphic Design Quick Start. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to create heavy metal type effect. What you see here is the kind of effect we're aiming to achieve. This kind of effect is quite involved, but the try, it's worth it. We'll start with this white text. Let's go to layers. First, we have to create a mesh pattern that will go inside the text. Pick the rectangle tool. Go to the toolbar, click on Path Options, make sure you check New Layer, go to Settings, change from Unconstrained to Fixed Size, change the size to 50 pixels each, create a new hair on the background, change the size to 50 pixels. On each side, click OK, remove the stroke from the square, switch to line tool, change the weight to 12 pixels, the stroke color black, click on the pause operations, make sure it's on a new layer, do a line from above one of the corners to the next, hold on shift to constrain to a 45 degrees angle. Make sure the line aligns perfectly with the corners. Go back to the toolbar, click on the pause operations, select combine shapes, draw another line from the right, holding shift to have a diagonal line, align with the corners, go back to layers, let us name the square layer. Control click on the square layer, go to edit, define pattern, let us call it wires, hide the line layer and the square layer, Control D to deselect, click on the metal layer, go to effects, click on stroke, give it a size of 10, position centered, opacity 100%, give it a color of black. Let us add the mesh pattern overlay. Click on pattern overlay, click on the down pointing arrow next to pattern, choose wires, change the blending mode to normal, change the opacity to 100%, change the scale to 25, click OK. Now we need to create a selection out of the metal layer. Pick the rectangle tool, create a white background. In our case, it will be 1200 pixels by 500 pixels. Remove the border, align it with the background. Go to channels, control click on RGB. This helps to select everything in white, which is the opposite of what we need. So we go to select, inverse. Now we have selected everything that is black and left everything that is white. Go back to layers, disable the metal layer, disable the white rectangle. Let us create a new layer. Control Shift N, Command Shift N on mark. Let us call it outlines. Control Delete to fill with black. Control D to disable the selection. Now let us add the layer effects. Go to Effects. Click on Bevel and Emboss. Style in a bevel. Technique Smooth. Change the depth to 100%. Direction can be up. Change the size to 2. The angle to 120. Altitude 30. Change the highlight mode to screen. Make sure the color also is white. Change the shadow mode, blending mode to multiply. Make sure the color is black. Put the opacity 100%. Let's add a drop shadow. Change the blending mode to multiply. Make sure the shadow is in black. Opacity 100%. Angle 120. Distance 10. Spread 0. Size 10. Now let us add the metallic pattern overlay. Go to pattern overlay. Click on the down pointing arrow next to pattern. Look for pattern. In the current version of Photoshop, there are other legacy patterns. Click on legacy patterns. Legacy patterns again. Find pattern. Find lusted metal. There it is. Change the blending mode to overlay. Change the opacity to 50. Click OK. Change the fill value to 0 to reveal the lusted metal effect. Let us now booster the borders. Hide the outline layer. Activate the metal layer. Deselect the pattern overlay so that we are left with the stroke only. Let us create a new layer. Control Shift N. Command Shift N on mark. Let us call it border. Hit enter. Now let's select everything that is black. Activate the rectangle layer. Go to channel. Control click on RGB. That helps us select everything that is white, which is the opposite of what we need. Go to select. Inverse. Now we have selected everything that is black. Go back to layers. Hide the metal layer. Let us create a new layer. Control Shift N. Command Shift N on mark. Let us call it border. Hit enter. Let us fill the border layer with black. That is Control Delete. Command Delete on mark. Let us hide the rectangle layer. Control D to deselect. Show the outline layer. Add drag. Option drag on mark the FX on the metal outlines. Change the fill to 0%. And press F a couple of times. And there we have it, the heavy metal type effect. That's it for today. Like, share, and consider subscribing to our channel so that you don't miss out on our upcoming episodes.